The NBA's really been on one lately, especially when it comes to executives and coaches. Now, here's one of these stories that's been kind of in the background, which I'm not exactly entirely 100% sure of all of the circumstances surrounding this, but it involves, the owner of the Phoenix Suns. The Phoenix Suns have just kind of risen back from the dead in recent years, because they were hot shit with the run-and-gun Phoenix Suns, the Mike D'Antoni, Steve Nash, Amari Stoudemire, Sean Marion, all of those guys back in the early to mid 2000s, that was a really good team. And then they had a big old dip for a while, but then once they landed Chris Paul, Devin Booker, all those guys, ended up going to the finals a couple of years back or something like that. They're a top tier team in the West right now. And then all of a sudden, all this shit comes out and everybody's trying to throw them under the bus. It looks an awful lot like the Donald Sterling situation from, that was a few years ago. What was that, 2015, 2014? The funniest thing about that situation, I still think that dude got fucking railroaded at the end of the day. Maybe he was a bit of a scumbag. I don't have all the receipts on that, but still, the sit-down interview with Anderson Cooper when the topic of Magic Johnson came out, and then Donald Sterling just sitting back in his chair, and then Magic Johnson, he's a very good, important figure of the community, Anderson Cooper goes on, and then Donald Sterling just sitting in the back. He's got AIDS! It's never not going to be fucking hilarious. I don't think we're going to get anything as inflammatory or hilarious. It's just more or less kind of a sad story from what I can glean, okay? I'm totally out of the loop on this one, but we're going to find out because this is one of two big stories that's going on off the court dealing, something that the NBA is going to have to deal with in the upcoming season, which is apparently right around the corner. I don't know. I could care less about that social justice league. The Phoenix Suns owner, Robert Sarver, on September 22nd, said that he's seeking buyers for the team a week after being suspended for a year and fined $10 million by the National Basketball Association following an investigation into allegations of workplace misconduct. Suspended for a year, fined for $10 million. But now if he's going to sell the team, I would just tell, Adam Nosferatu Silver to go fuck himself, so I'm going to be keeping my 10 mil. I was also hearing things that, if this guy ever comes back, we're just not going to be playing for him. Chris Paul, one of the heads of the players union, hell of a good player, but kind of a fucking whack job too. An independent investigation found that Sarver, who bought the Suns and the WNBA's Phoenix Mercury in 2004, engaged in inequitable conduct towards female employees. What? You didn't champion women and undeservedly give them high positions within his company? Oh, heaven forbid. Or inequitable conduct towards female employees. Oh, what? He didn't want to pay the Phoenix Mercury as much as, the star of, I don't even know, man. Outside of that bitch that's locked up in fucking Russia right now, I can't name you a WNBA player, let alone a fucking 3 or 4 teams. The Chicago Sky, and the LA Sparks. There you go, and the Phoenix Mercury, because it's right there on the screen. Outside of that, I don't know a goddamn thing about that league, and neither do any of the feminists that are out there saying, WNBA players should be getting paid just as much as NBA players, because the game is just as good. You just go ahead and take a look at the 30-second long clip of the WNBA's fucking highlights since its inception. It's a trash league. They should just lower the rims so at least more than 2 women all time can fucking dunk. It's a godforsaken time waste and abortion to television. But they think that they're just as valuable as the NBA? Cool. A league that's never, ever, 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 ever approached a profit, let alone break-even years, needs to be subsidized by the NBA. And if there's a WNBA franchise in the same city as an NBA franchise, because they don't quite mirror 100% with every team across both leagues, you have to buy the WNBA. It's like having to buy a sports car of your dreams, and then at the same time having to buy a 1984 Ford Taurus with 3 wheels and 600,000 miles on it. It's just a fucking dog shit league. So I don't know. And if we get any details on what they exactly mean by inequitable, let's get that right. Inequitable conduct towards female employees. What is that? What does that mean? Including sex-related comments. Oh my God. Heaven forbid. Yeah, you better get rid of this guy who bought the team, made it incredibly popular, very profitable, and then, you know, financed their rebirth here within the past couple of years. Yeah, better get rid of him. I guess he's too good at his job. Maybe his style of ownership should be replicated by many other franchises in the league, because there's a lot of fucking basement level teams in the fucking league right now. And inappropriate remarks on female employees' appearances. Oh, yeah, okay, cool. So this was all about women. Okay, wonderful, fantastic. It's almost like we're getting more evidence that, maybe that whole women in the workplace thing just isn't quite working out. Maybe that entire experiment is just once again proving that, allowing feminists to come in and infiltrate normally male spaces probably isn't working out that well for greater society. Just a thought, food for thought. Sarver, who fully cooperated with the investigation process, was also found to have used a racial slur at least 5 on... Oh my god. He said the N-word or a racial slur on at least 5 occasions? Across 18 years? Oh, heaven forbid! And you work in the NBA? Oh my god. A league that's, what, 80% black? Oh, if you just go out there and yell, god... Well, okay, this is also the NBA, okay? Is it all the way up to the N-word, or was it like, okay, did he have a couple of grand riding on a game and he just decided to yell out something and he decided that African-American wasn't quite strong enough of a slur? Okay, like what are we actually talking about when we're accounting the statements of others? Jesus Christ, the Papa John's situation. Because if you guys aren't familiar with that situation, Papa John's, like the guy who created the pizza franchise, was talking to at a shareholders meeting, or it was a behind closed doors meeting, and he was recounting something. That's something that happened at a specific franchise. If I'm paraphrasing this, I know the gist of the story, not all the details to it, but I'll get it mostly correct. He was describing how somebody was using the N-word. He said the word. I won't, because YouTube's big gay. And oh my god, somebody who's white that says the N-word. Oh my god, that's basically as bad as a nuclear holocaust. I don't fucking care. But no, Papa John's was telling that shit, okay? And he said that that's not a word that we want to use within the confines of the company. That is unacceptable behavior. Saying that at a shareholders meeting, then they fucking booted him out for saying it. And it's like, what the fuck? That's why you need to work and operate with people that you can trust and that you know are loyal. Anyways, back to this, because this is so fucking absurd. This is even worse than the Donald Sterling situation, which was already fucking bad to begin with. Not from like, people on the outside. It's like, oh, Donald Sterling's a terrible racist. He never should have been forced to sell his team. Anyways, words that I deeply regret now overshadow nearly 2 decades of building an organization that brought people together and strengthened the Phoenix area through the unifying power of professional men's and women's basketball. You don't need that extra bit, okay? Sarver said in a statement, as a man of faith, I believe in atonement and a path to forgiveness. Stop with this shit. You're gonna fucking make a couple of $1 billion off of the sale of this franchise, okay? You're gonna end up losing your court seats or your box. That's fine. Sorry this is happening to you, but don't be groveling on the way out. Make me sick to my stomach. But in our current unforgiving climate, oh, here we go. He's starting to redeem himself. It has become painfully clear that that is no longer possible. Whatever good I have done or could still do is outweighed by many other things I have said in the past. Yes, exactly. Actions, yeah, no, they don't match up to what words behind closed doors, not even to people, I guess, because we don't even have like the receipts on this type of shit. For that reason, I'm beginning the process of seeking buyers for the Suns and Mercury. NBA Commissioner Nosferatu endorsed Sarver's decision. Of course he did, because this is the second ousting he can preside over. Hunk of shit. This is the next step for the organization and the community. Yes, Sarver said in a brief statement. Los Angeles Lakers star. Oh, what does fucking Chairman James have to say? Also welcomed Sarver's decision after criticizing the league last week for handing down what he deemed to be too light of a punishment. I hope you never, ever, ever get any more power than what you have on the court. Just saying. I'm so proud to be a part of a league that committed to progress, James said on Twitter, alongside many of his other terrible fucking takes. Sarver purchased the Suns in 2004 for $401 million. The team is valued at $1.8 billion at the beginning of last season, according to Forbes. And if a bidding war ends up commencing, he could get anywhere between, probably $2 and $3 billion. That's a pretty good ROI, all things considered. Not bad, not bad. I know that he's probably independently wealthy out there, so this dude's gonna be totally fucking fine. Just like what they have in golf right now with LIV, Live, whatever the hell that is, that break off that Saudi league that they have out there. That seems to be doing really fucking well, and people enjoy watching it and looking at it. Meanwhile, you have the old PGA's fucking musty club out there. It's like, yeah, that's nice. You got 4 majors, cool. We'll come and play in those, but outside of that, you guys don't put up enough prize money, so the boys want to go get paid, and they want to go play at some cool courses that they don't have the opportunity because they aren't linked in with the old fucking boys clubs down there at the PGA. Meanwhile, you have old untalented, well, he's kind of lost a step. I can't say that he was always untalented, okay? Old washed up fucking Tiger Woods and Rory McIlroy on the other side. No, you should just come over here and be happy that the PGA gave you guys a platform. Meanwhile, you got the guys on the other side just being like, no, we want to get paid for our skills, and that's cool. I pray that somebody makes an alternative to the NBA, because I do like basketball. I just can't support the NBA in today's current incarnation. Too fucking woke for my tastes, and hey man, that's even why I ended up walking away from MLB, and that hurts, but hey man, you got to stand up for your principles. Kind of like what's happening over here. I don't know a whole lot about the situation. Another thing that I don't know a whole lot about, and what we found out about Carver there with the Suns doesn't really look like the NBA's put out a whole lot there to begin with. So let's see if we have at least a little bit more insight into this aspect. Celtics coach Ime Udoka, Gesundheit. A secret lover booked trips for his fiancée Nia Long to visit him in Boston. Okay, so maybe it was just a big family situation, okay? So this dude's been suspended for the entire 22-23 season because he was fucking around? Like, is this where we're at this point? A coach is doing something that just about everybody on the fucking court is doing. Okay, let's stop the cap on this. But he ends up getting suspended? What kind of a horrific league has the NBA become in today's day and age? Boston Celtics worker who had an affair with head coach Ime Udoka arranged all his travels and even booked trips for Udoka's fiancée, Nina Long, to come and see him in the city, it was claimed. Okay, what's wrong with that? She's the assistant, okay? She was booking his trips and help him drain his balls. Like, she was a pretty good assistant, I guess, okay? Like, what the fuck? The woman, who has not been publicly identified, but it's all right. We take everything that she has to say at face value, because here at the NBA we believe all women, and we cast guys aside. Like, what the fuck is going on? See, again, this is what happens when you allow feminized culture into classically male spaces. It's just fucking compatible. When Long would come to Boston to visit Udoka on travel with him on the road, the same woman was responsible for booking her travel as well as and was even involved in arranging for her to move to Boston permanently. Okay, yeah, she worked with the team. Okay, what else were her roles? It would just make sense. Like, who fucking cares? Long had been, living in the city for a couple of weeks, along with a 10-year-old son they shared with Udoka, Ime. Okay. Although the Celtics have not revealed the name of the employee, TMZ has been informed that Long knows exactly who she is. Okay, so if everybody knows about everybody, what fucking deal? What does the NBA have to do with this? I'm perplexed by this. Team's president Brad Stevens became emotional on Friday. Oh God, stop crying. I hate the NBA even more now. So now you got team presidents fucking crying. Jesus, where's Danny Ainge to come in and just fucking slap this pencil-necked geek? During a press conference, it said the scandal had been upsetting, particularly other female employees. I didn't know this, but oh, okay. Yeah, no. Working with the team and the rampant speculation over who might have had the affair. Earlier on Saturday, Boston Celtics reporter Amanda Plufgard has slammed the incessant social media speculation surrounding the identity of the female employee who had an inappropriate relationship with coach Ime Udoka. Now, isn't that the son? Who's on first? Udoka had been handing a 1-year ban by the team this week, as well as a significant financial penalty. Why? Sure, he paid for all the dates. Like, what the fuck is going on? After multiple violations of conduct rules. Ugh. But the decision was made to keep the name of the woman involved a secret. Oh, so she gets to continue to keep her job. Great. Is this all like a catch-up? Because Carver was apparently not treating women equitably. So now the Boston Celtics are just going to pick up the slack. Okay. This is fucking wild. Many have claimed that this led to unfair speculation online and dragged the multiple innocent women into the rumors. I don't give a fuck. Some bitch was out there fucking benefiting from this situation. This dude's out here on the skids. Allegedly, the wife knew, or the girlfriend, fiance, I don't give a fuck. The main girl knew everything that was going on, okay? And now just because a couple of bitches in the fucking in the front office are up in arms and got their fucking feelings hurt over the situation, everybody's got to take a dive on this? Get fucked. As a female of the Celtics organization, how many championships did you help them win? Just wondering. Watching these last few days unfold has been heartbreaking. What, are they going to put the leprechaun in the fucking Bill Russell jersey? Because again, yeah, a much bigger tragedy overshadowing the 22-23 season for the Celtics is, yeah, the passing of franchise icon Bill Russell. Okay, and they're going to be commemorating him throughout the season. So what, are they just going to put tits on the leprechaun as well? Because hashtag we stand with all women. Seeing uninvolved people's names, I don't fucking care. Over the last few days, fans have taken to social media in an attempt to work out the identity of the woman, with various conspiracy theories being wildly shared. Dude, this just takes away from the fact that this dude's catching a rap for what it looks like everybody was fine, and what does this have to do with basketball at the end of the day? Including Purlouf grad and Stephen A. Smith. Yeah, I've seen him fighting with some feminist on there, and again, I don't like Stephen A. Smith. I think he's just a fucking blowhard, but did he have a good take on this? Let's see what this is, because this is making me fucking sick to my stomach. At this particular moment in time, Ime Udoka is an unhireable individual. Why? Fucking why? Made a bitch league. Is he a good coach? I don't even know. I know the Celtics made it to the Eastern Conference Finals this past year, so if he contributed to that, it must be pretty decent. He said on ESPN's First Take show, yes, ESPN's fucking Cold Take show, again. But the unhireable portion, I would make the claim, is primarily due to the fact the story was leaked out, and we are now discussing it publicly. No, enough women that were in there. Okay, they would have ended up leaking this at the end of the day, because women talk, men do, case and fucking point. The women who elected to have a consensual relationship with him is not in violation of team policy. Wow, he's actually got a good point. Why didn't you lead with that? How about the inequitable distribution of repercussions? No, you don't want to talk about that now, do you? Well, of course not. He gets to get mentioned and put on Front Street. We don't know who she is. What about the other women in the Celtics organizations who've been victimized because wrong assumptions have been made about their involvement? I don't care. Just come out with their names, okay? Chaotic situation at the Celtics escalated on Friday when Udoka's fiancée, actress Nia Long, said that she had been blindsided by the affair. Stop it. Fucking stop it. Again, like we just talked about Adam Levine's situations, or maybe it will in the future. No, that one will probably come out soon. But anyways, now, talked about his situations. Again, this is a coach for the Boston fucking Celtics, okay? This isn't for the Minnesota Timberwolves, okay? He is somebody of prominence, okay? In a sport where they go a lot of fucking places that's known to employ people that kind of like to go out there and fuck groupies. Let's keep that a buck as well. Professional athletes like to go out there and throw it down. So you can't tell me you were blindsided, because again, these aren't the coaches of old, who are like 60-year-old former players, okay? This dude doesn't look terribly old. And he's also black, so he could either be 27 or 45. Like, I don't know, black don't crack. So stop it. If you think that he was out there being monogamous on the road, you're totally fucking retarded. Your success, your accomplishments at being an actress, is Nia Long famous or something like that? I've never heard of the lady before in my life. Maybe she's great at what she does, but she's using male metrics of success. Oh, I'm a high value woman because I'm an actress. It's like, it doesn't fucking much matter. He'll go out there and dog fuck some drunken six behind a dumpster behind the fucking bar the team goes to. It doesn't fucking matter. He's the coach of the Celtics. You're whoever he's going to get married to. But anyways, yeah, she was blindsided by the affair. This might be just one of these PR spins as well. Not going hard on her on the situation, just saying this is what you should expect out there. And found out just days after moving back to Boston to be with his longtime beau. Okay. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air actress. Oof, if that's your big credential. Bitch, that shit was like 20 years ago. Has been with Udoka for over a decade, and they share a 10-year-old son. She wasn't blindsided by this at all, okay? Otherwise, that would be a big step out if this dude was fucking somebody within the company. Like, that's why it's like, no, that was just a PR statement. It's believed that Long discovered the infidelity only when the Celtics announced the suspension of their coach. Stop it. It's like Barack Obama saying, oh, I didn't know about the NSA spying on anybody. I found out about it like all you other people watching the news. Like, fucking stop it. We know you authorized all that shit, so shut your fucking mouth. Pouring of love and support for my family, friends, community, blah, blah, blah. Who fucking cares? According to The Athletic, some members of the Celtics learned about Udoka's relationship in July. Oh, okay, cool. So everybody else knew about it during the playoffs. Oh, okay, cool. And team leaders were initially led to believe the relationship was consensual. Yeah, it all seems like it. Oh, that's who she is? Is that the girlfriend? I didn't watch Fresh Cuck or Bel Air that much. Sorry, I've never been a big fan of Will Smith, and you know what, hey, maybe my inclinations about him have just been proved correctly over the years. Anyways, however, sources told the publication that the woman recently accused Udoka of making unwanted comments towards her. So, did he just get suspended over unwanted comments? Or were they fucking? Or what does this have to do with basketball? Led to the team to launch internal interviews. Long, meanwhile, became a household name with the role of Fresh Prince of Bel-Air as Lisa Wilkes, Will Smith's girlfriend. Oh, okay. She also starred in Boys in the Hood, Soul Food, and Big Mama's House. Hey, I've seen one of those films. The actress, also recipient of 3 NAACP, a bunch of black awards, that's nice. As news of the affair spread across social media, Long's fans, famous friends, leaped to her defense. Of course, where's Will Smith? Oh, please, Queen, I'll come and I'll save you. Shut up. So, wow, what did we really learn over those 2 stories right there? Two stories with very large implications over the season, okay? Because you got out west, you got the Phoenix Suns, who are going to be going through an ownership change. Theoretically, that shouldn't really mean a whole hell of a lot, maybe long term, but for this year, it's not really going to affect that much. But then you have the head coach of the Boston Celtics, another team, like a top 3 team in the East, okay? They're losing their head coach for the season. That's going to be pretty fucking significant, but the overarching theme on all this stuff is, women are ruining the NBA. How about that? So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.